And welcome into this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, the Coach.
So the 49ers, they're getting set to go on offense. 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now Madden. He's got Jack Doyle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Manning, taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jerry Rice there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Dawson tacks on the point after.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. On 1st down, Rodgers. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 2 chunks in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
I want to get your thoughts on something here as San Francisco starts this next drive. You know, we talked about the lack of pass attempts for Jimmy G in the postseason so far. But they were number 2 in the rushing attack in the league, only behind Baltimore and Lamar Jackson. So do you think KC's defense that stacked the box forced the Niners to throw?
I think they have to because you just get shredded in the run game. It destroys you in the psyche as well as it does out on the field. So you've got to try and take that part away from them, force Garoppolo to throw, and then on key 3rd down situations, make sure you double tight end George Kittle because he's the game breaker for them, although the rookie wide receiver Deebo Samuel has really come on as of late.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerry Rice with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Dawson able to connect on the extra point. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Now a first down carry by Jones. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Rodgers throwing quickly out to Adams. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Jones. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers will get this to Jay Kumaro. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Rodgers on target to Valdez-Scantling, and he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Rodgers to throw once more. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Ready? Check 55, Mike. Check nickel. 6-6, pull it high.
Throwing on first down is Manning. That's caught. It's Jerry Rice. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Well, certainly not surprising to see him over 100 yards in this game. And, we mentioned earlier they had the most receiving yards in NFL history. It's also not surprising they had the most seasons of 1,000 or more receiving yards with 14.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Had the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's first, and he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerry Rice on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Dawson tacks on the point after.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
And they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's now 10 of 10 throwing the ball here to start the game. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now Rodgers in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. Fights him off. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team.
And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10. Manning now on 1st down. That'll be caught by Rice. Touchdown, 49ers. Jerry Rice, 55 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Black 20.
First carry for James Conner. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. To Conner on the check down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Conner. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Hill on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Manning. Man open, that's Terrell Owens. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Throw complete there to Jerry Rice. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Jerry Rice with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Yes, indeed. Jerry Rice from Mississippi Valley State. I remember when he broke into the league, and the nickname Flash was the one he was trying to get to catch on. As it turned out, he didn't need a nickname. 197 receiving touchdowns in the NFL, added on 10 rushing, and even had a fumble recovery for a total of 208 in his career.
By far the most all-purpose touchdowns in league history. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Able to hit his tight end, Grimble. That one a first down pickup of 8. 15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And incomplete. Well, partner, let's talk Super Bowl. We have to. Before the year, by the way, we made predictions for the Super Bowl. You got one of the teams right. You had Kansas City and New Orleans, but you had the Saints winning. I also had... And it's a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
On 1st down, Manning. Jay Rice open right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards there and a Niner first. This quarterback now 10 of 10 to start the game. How about that? As he comes up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Manning. Letting one go deep for the... And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Jerry Rice on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here.
General West. Look, squeeze.
Throwing is Manning. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down. Stepping up, he's now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the 1st half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, is starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerry Rice on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. All right, you did it. You got the win. Congratulations. Keep that momentum going and tackle that next challenge.
Hey, folks, it's the coach here. Welcome back for another exciting matchup in Madden Ultimate Team.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun. Madden. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for the Niners. 47 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On play action. Now Manning. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tyreek Hill, 35 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Watch out for Hill on the return. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now he's going to go deep down the left side. That's going to be caught. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for the Niners. 48 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
He won't go down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Nicely done. Another one up, another one down. Keep grinding and keep racking up those wins.
Welcome. I'm the coach. Up next, another ultimate challenge on EA Sports.
And the offense readies for a 1st down and 10. Play action. Manning. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. 39 yards there. A big one.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Dawson's kick is up and through, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
They go play action here on 1st down. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front, so when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A first down carry now for Crowell. And Crowell lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. To throw is Carr. A little dump off for Crowell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
58, right over there.
On 1st and 10, here's Madden. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The coverage that time excellent by Nevin Lawson.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now this throw caught left side. And shutting him off now open field. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And now it's second down, but here's the field goal team out onto the field. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will make our score 9-0. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll try the right side with Crowell. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. And here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Here's Carr to throw. It's caught by Crowell. And he loses the football a second time. And this is going to get out of bounds. So they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On the run, it's Crowell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. They're able to locate Wilson. And a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Credit the sack there to Arden Key. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're running a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. Wilson's got it complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And Wilson has it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Here's a short little toss to Carrier. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Carr throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline. but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, it's Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Luke Wilson there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over.
There he goes left side. Touchdown, 49ers. He goes 91 yards on the kick return. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Well, partner, anytime you see a big-time kickoff return, especially one that ends up in the end zone for a touchdown, that's probably the most exciting 10 seconds in the great game of football.
I think it was our friend Ed Brady that told us that one day. Dawson tacks on the point after, and that makes this a 9-point game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Let's go, D.
Carr now on first down. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Throwing on first down is Carr. Going to look deep for Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. That's caught. It's Jerry Rice. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Dawson's kick is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead. Offensively, pretty good execution. Long drive, chews up the remainder of the first half clock, and they finish it off with 3 points.
And what's the best byproduct of the whole thing besides the fact that they got points on the board? They didn't leave the other team any time to mount a drive themselves.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So 2 quarters. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
He's not going to give me
touchdown. And finding the tight end, Wilson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This is Crowell on the catch. And, oh, my goodness, he loses it again. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Now Carr. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And Crowell lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Terrell Owens, 54 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And Crowell lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Go, Jackrabbit, come on.
They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
second down. Peyton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. He'll have another first down and more. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Get down.
On first down, Carr brought in over the middle by Graham. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Carr now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
You better be ready.
Now Carr on the bootleg. And this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 41. Now they'll throw with Carr. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1. Throwing now is Carr. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. He's at the 30, 20, 10, 5. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Right now. Check, 43. Check the outs, check the outs.
On first and 10, here's Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the catch. It's second and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on second and 8 at the 27-yard line. Carr finds Williams. Williams loses the football. And this is going to be 49er football.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. He wanted that end zone. Powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting a coach take him out of the game. He's going to want the ball again, so he actually does get into the end zone, hopefully on his next carry.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now they'll throw it with Manning. Incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
On 3rd down, Peyton. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working from the gun, it's Carr. His throw is going to be incomplete. Ryan Grant, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr, caught. It's Wilson. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Carr. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. On 1st down, Carr. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw, it's Carr. It's caught by Crowell. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Here's Carr to throw. And his throw is incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Wilson's got it complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16. No gain on the dump off. It's 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry up. On 2nd down now. Crowell. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And he's got it. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And now running right through him.
Come on now.
And just like that, another ultimate challenge has been defeated. Savor the victory, if only for a moment, because you know there's always another challenge right around the corner.
Hello there, it's the coach with you here today, and this is an ultimate challenge.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Manning on the bootleg. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. On 1st down, Peyton evades the tackler and now some space. Continuing to fight for more. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the...
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Double dog, that's the way.
On 1st down, Allen. Pass incomplete. The tight end, Lee Smith, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now Allen to throw. Going to throw again. That is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. And it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
This will be fielded at the 17. A beautiful fake. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they top 30.
Makes sense. First catch here in the first half for the 6-time Pro Bowler Terrell Owens, the only player in NFL history to be a first-team All-Pro for 3 different teams. That's absolutely nuts.
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. On 2nd down, Peyton. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Manning. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 19 yards away. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Could not have scripted it any better. And many offenses do script their opening possession on offense. They followed that one perfectly. Took the ball right downfield and scored, giving energy not just to the offensive unit, but to their team overall.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Back to the round 80. Watch the run.
Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Allen hands off to McCoy. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And he finds Beasley complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed as they move the sticks again. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now McCoy. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There's a lot of debate about who is going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. To the air, Allen. He'll buy some time. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon. And guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Touchdown, 49ers. Tyreek Hill, 44 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
In your face.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And the grab by Croft.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Looking to throw again on second down. Allen. And the ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down. The Bills on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Allen. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Allen finds Croft as tight end. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. On second down now, Peyton. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Tried to go draw play out of the gun down here.
Yeah, they tried to spread things out, didn't they? They wanted to move people away from the center of the field, away from the line of scrimmage near the ball, so that the runner could find some space. Unsuccessfully, though.
And he's got some space here. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Walter Payton with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Dawson able to connect on the extra point.
Throughout the game, we're going to track so many different statistics, but one is becoming increasingly in vogue: explosive runs of 20 yards or more, and we just saw one right there to open this game.
Now we'll see how the other team responds, because when you get a play like that against you this early in the game, got to feel like your back's against the wall a little bit.
Yeah, the pressure now increases on you because your first thought is we have to answer right now.
Hey, Mike, watch the out. Check 52.
4 yards on the dump off at second down.
319. 52 to Mike. Watch Mike. Big stop.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. That's due to time constraints. We move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained. maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Back-to-back stops make it third. Throwing is Allen on third. Caught by Jones. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. The Bills send the punter out. As their opening drive stalls out, he's on to punt. It's taken to the 26. So possession goes over here on the punt. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll run on first down. Peyton. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
On second down, Peyton. And some room to work.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
I'm coming after you.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call? We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. To throw on 3rd down, Allen, and that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Returnable here from the 38. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. On first down, Peyton broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On second down now, Peyton. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Shotgun now for Manning. He's got Jack Doyle. And now running right through it. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 27-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Come on, D. Get it.
They'll run on first down. Peyton. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Walter Payton, 27 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Allen. And that's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get... And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Go.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Allen to throw again. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's go. You tighten up.
Leo,
On 2nd down, Payton. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, Payton. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The tackle made by Levi Wallace. On 2nd down now, Payton. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Again, it's Manning. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This one taken from the 7th. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
43. Check, 43. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to LaShawn McCoy, and that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Allen now throwing again. Complete to Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line. Allen going to throw. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Allen to throw once more. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well done. You've defeated this ultimate challenge. Now, if there are stars still available, you can always replay the
Hey, folks, I'm your host, the coach. It's game time. It's Ultimate Team. It doesn't get any better than this.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
Well, you know, occasionally we see unlikely heroes in the postseason, but Raheem Mostert, oh, wow. I mean, everybody knows the story by now, but undrafted out of Purdue, cut 6 times by the Eagles, Dolphins, Ravens, Browns, Jets, and Bears. A few of those teams wouldn't mind a do-over, I would imagine, because he latched on in San Fran as a special teamer, and boy, has he taken off late.
And I actually was fortunate enough to see his breakout game at Baltimore. 146 yards in the regular season. They lost by a field goal at the buzzer, but still, you knew then, okay, this guy's got some juice to him. And how about the explosion in the NFC title game against Green Bay? The first man in NFL playoff history to rush for over 200 yards at 220 and 4 touchdowns. No longer is he just a special teams player. He's now a lead running back for a team in contention for the Super Bowl.
Very good return that time. 18 yards.
Ready? 15, 1, 59, 6.
On 1st down, Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
80 weapons. 56. Cut. Yo, cheetah. Get it.
To throw is Manning. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Push him back. Now.
They do go for it. It's Manning. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense? You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You want some explanations.
And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Here's Steve Young, and he hits his man, Matthews. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
52. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Now Mostert. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Ray Lewis up from his linebacker spot to make the play. Here's Mostert spinning past him. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Third down, Young from the gun. This is Coleman with the ground. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards, first down Niners. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Charles, you and I have made our predictions for Super Bowl 54. Well, coming soon, the official Madden NFL 20 Super Bowl prediction, something Madden folks do every year is predict how they think the big game is going to play out. And that prediction, with the help, by the way, from Peyton and Eli Manning, is going to be revealed on Thursday, January 30th, 9 Eastern. Go to EA.com/theprediction to check it out. And keep playing Madden to feed the machine and tell us who you think will win as well. Again, it's EA.com/theprediction.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. First down, Young. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. A quick sidestep here, CD. The NFL doing something kind of neat for its 100th season, which wraps up with Super Bowl 54. They're inducting a 20-man class, a centennial class, into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this year. Now, a number of modern-day candidates won't be announced until the night before the Super Bowl, but 15 have already been announced, and it's a pretty good list so far. Guys like Harold Carmichael, Bobby Dillon, Alex Karras, Donnie Shell, Duke Slater, a number of others in there as well, CD.
Yeah, you're right about that. And what this does is they hope it helps ease the backlog of some of the great candidates that are out there. You know, Max Speedy and Ed Sprinkle, people may have forgotten about, but they were tremendous during their time frame. And we did get to see, if you're watching television, coaches Bill Cowher and Jimmy Johnson receive their invitation to Canton from the president of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And we saw those announcements live. It was so much fun, wasn't it? And the emotion that came through. And let's not forget Executive George Young, who built the New York Giants back in the day with Bill Parcells and crew to win Super Bowls. And former Commissioner Paul Tagliabue, he presided over the big growth of the league. And contributor Steve Sable of NFL Films, who should have been in a long time ago. Without NFL Films, I don't think we have the number of fans watching the game today.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Hey, you're on the 9 over there. You're on the 9.
Young on third down. He's got it to Matthews, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, Young. This is caught. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. From 13 yards out, the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the...
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. D Ford able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Set. 60 outlaw.
One final try now for Madden. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw, it's Madden. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Manning now to throw. Looking for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Young. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now here's Young. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. Through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 70 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Throwing again on second down. Manning. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Manning to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it. And it brings up fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So the 49ers, they're getting set to go on offense. First and 10. Play action. Manning. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
X3, 218, chopper.
Throwing is Manning. That's caught. It's Jerry Rice. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers, change up their timing, they're going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jerry Rice there to make the grab. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Dawson tacks on the point after, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. 15-9. This is Mostert. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Young will set to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mostert. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. To throw on second and 6. Young. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now Young. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
23 yards on the play. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Young to throw it. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 7-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. The rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Now Manning. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for the great one, Jerry Rice. And now it's second down. Well, hey, CD, we talked about some of the guys that were going into the Hall of Fame, the 15 that we already know. But of the more modern-day players that are finalists, who do you think's going to get in?
That is really, really difficult. I'm glad you asked because it gives us a chance to kick it around just a little bit. Tony Baselli, the left tackle, a lot of people have not put him in, I think, due to longevity. But when he played, he was as good as it got. I mean, the best in the game. I think it's his time. I think he's going to find his way in, even though there's a backlog of offensive linemen like Steve Hutchinson's available. Alan Faneca's available. If you have to pick a safety out of this crew of Leroy Butler, Steve Atwater, John Lynch, Troy Polamalu, good luck on that one, although I think Polamalu is going to be a first ballot Hall of Fame. I think he gets in. I think Edgerrin James, the running back, it's his time. He should have been in a while ago as far as I'm concerned. It's time for him to go ahead and get his due and get in. And if you're a receiver, good luck. Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Reggie Wayne, who do you pick out of that crew? So I think a few guys who are deserving will get overlooked again, like a Sam Mills, a linebacker, or a Zach Thomas. But all in all, it's going to be a very strong class.
And we will find out who the 5 are that will go into Canton with the other 15 the night before the Super Bowl on Saturday. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Gets this one to Hill. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarter?
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
I I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. To throw again on second down. Young, he gets it to Matthews, complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. A first down throw for Young. That's caught. It's Coleman. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The second down throw for Steve Young, incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
Here's Steve Young. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And his kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in this last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. No, I'm not mad at you for skipping halftime, but can I just have a sip of water real quick, please? Thank you. All right, let's go. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to bring up a third down. Young completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8. Man open. It's Goodwin. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. On the draw play, Coleman. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
It's Young off play action. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. Young will lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 12, Young. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is Bourne. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive.
And he's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. Bruce Smith in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
Let's go. 10-2 stop. Leo.
They go play action here on 1st down. And going deep for Hill. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up on a safety, Jarquiski Tartt. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the interception, Young. His throw incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw again, Young. This is Coleman with a grab. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. And he hits his man, Matthews. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Young. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. He'll look to throw. He finds Coleman. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And his kick is indeed good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal. This defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Now Manning. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. One final try now for Manning. He's going to let it fly. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So the victory here for San Francisco. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score.